Captain Cuthbertson, and I'm the commanding officer of the Greensboro Police Department's Training Division. On behalf of the Greensboro Police Department, I'd like to welcome you to the 111th Police Academy graduation. I ask that each of you rise as the recruits from the 111th Police Academy enter the auditorium, led by the Greensboro Police Department's training staff. Please remain standing as the Greensboro Police Department's Honor Guard presents our national colors, and Officer Julie Klein honors us by singing our national anthem. It is a protocol of the Greensboro Police Department that members of our agency place their right hand over their heart at the order of present arms. And we would be honored if you would join us in doing the same.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Thank you, Officer Klein. I will ask Police Chaplain Lisa Taylor to offer the invocation.
Good morning, everyone. The Greensboro Police Department has a distinguished, qualified chief, dedicated commanding officers, and a dependable group of law enforcement officers which demonstrate their devotion to the city of Greensboro daily. And if I may, speaking on behalf of the Greensboro chaplains, it gives me great pleasure, along with my colleagues, the honor of congratulating the 111th Police Academy. Now, that's out of the way. Can we just please pray? Bow your heads if you would. Gracious God, as we gather here to celebrate the 111th graduating class, who've been called to fulfill their duty to the Greensboro Police Department, we pray goodness and mercy follow them and bring them peace as they serve in this city. We ask that you please allow their wives, husbands, families, friends, and co-laborers the grace to be a constant, strong support system as they face each day. We pray this special blessing, Lord. Please watch over the 111th graduating class. Protect them from harm in the performance of their duty to stop crime and violence. Help them keep our streets safe and homes safe, day in and day out. As they serve others, give joy to their hearts, understanding to their minds, courage where there is fear, and determination to their wills, so they may be strong in the fight against unlawful activity and pursue that which is right and just. Instill into each one a love for their neighbor, a spirit of unselfish service, loyalty among one another, self-confidence, responsibility, and integrity to uphold the law when no one is watching. Our petition is that you grant this 111th graduating class who have joined the GPD force your unending strength and courage in their daily assignments. Protect these brave young men and women on their daily shifts and unite them safely with their families after their duty has ended each day. We beseech your blessing to guide our chiefs and commanding officers, direct their leadership efforts as they labor to train, develop, and empower each Greensboro law enforcement officer for today's and tomorrow's responsibilities. And Lord, help these Greensboro officers of today always remember those Greensboro officers of yesterday who have fallen after serving faithfully. They paid a sacrifice with their lives as they served their community. Let us be mindful to ask for your loving care as you continue to bring comfort to their families. In closing, we call upon you, God, to equip this 111th graduating class of officers represented here today with the power to stand in the face of danger, defeating the enemy of evil in this world, which attempts to disrupt their lives and ours. Let these newly sworn men and women wearing badges of honor always stand for justice, freedom, peace, and righteousness. God, bless this world, the United States of America, the state of North Carolina, and our beloved city of Greensboro. We ask this and all your blessings as we pray these prayers. In God we do trust. Amen.
Please be seated. Now I'd like to call forward Greensboro's Chief of Police, Brian James, to offer his remarks and welcome our special guest. Chief James.
Good morning, everyone. I'll try it again. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. And this is certainly a good morning, and not just that, it is a great morning. First of all, I would like to say that my name is Brian James. I'm the Chief of Police for the Greensboro Police Department, and I have the privilege of serving this department and this town, which is my hometown. So I'm so thankful to be in this position and to be in your service. Before I start, I would like to say that our city manager is here, Mr. Taiwo Jayoba. I'd like to acknowledge him. I'd also like to acknowledge Deputy City Manager Chris Wilson, and also would like to acknowledge Assistant City Manager Nathaniel Trey Davis, who is the Assistant City Manager over Public Safety. Thank you all for being here this morning. I would also like to acknowledge anyone that has served in our armed forces, in our military. If any of you are here, please stand. I'd like to acknowledge you as well. I'm sure there are a few. Thank you so much. And I'd like to also acknowledge any other first responders, whether it be other law enforcement agencies, fire, EMS. Is anyone here from any other agencies that we could acknowledge? Anyone else? Okay, I don't see anyone, but oh yeah, I do. Okay, thank you. So I'd like to start by congratulating you, the members of the 111th Greensboro Police Academy. As we celebrate you today, we acknowledge the great accomplishments you have achieved by successfully completing the academy, and you should be very proud. You have met the academic and the physical challenges of the academy, and you have completed a program that not everyone is able to complete. We are grateful today for our friends at the Carolina Theater for allowing us to use this beautiful and historic facility as you celebrate with your family and friends and create an experience you will never forget. You are entering law enforcement at a very challenging time, but Greensboro needs people with your dedication at such a time as this. As you take your oath today, be proud because not everyone is willing or able to do what you have accomplished. This achievement is significant. Over the past 2 years, the law enforcement profession has faced many challenges. We have seen the worst in law enforcement, but we continue to see the best in law enforcement as officers and dedicated civilian employees here and across the country continue to make sacrifices to keep our communities safe. Law enforcement is and always has been a challenging profession, and as you face challenges, you will also discover many opportunities to connect and build relationships with the citizens that we serve. As you go out each day to serve the citizens of Greensboro, know that each one of you represents the entire department and the city. Although we have seen tragedy and turmoil over these past 2 years, we continue to enjoy wide support in our community, and all of our residents want a safe neighborhood and great police officers working in partnership with them to keep them safe. Our challenge each day is to maintain those relationships and to build new ones. As you go out each day to detect and prevent criminal activity, please take time to have conversations with the people that we serve. Get to know them and allow them to get to know you. This is how we build trust and ultimately keep our communities safe. As you begin your field training, you will encounter different situations each day. You will respond to multiple calls, and the citizens that are calling are often experiencing a significant event in their lives, and many times it is the worst day of their lives. Although you will respond to many calls, never underestimate the importance of each call and the impact your decisions will make upon someone's life. That response could range from confronting a dangerous situation or person, or consoling a child that has just witnessed a traumatic event. And remember that your ability to communicate will be your greatest asset as you serve the citizens of Greensboro. As you enter the law enforcement profession, I want to encourage you to remain balanced. While I have acknowledged this work is rewarding, there are challenges, and you will need the support of your family and friends. There will be difficult days, and your family and friends are the people that will sustain you throughout your career, so do not neglect those relationships. Dedicate yourself to learning and building your career, but make sure you take time to relax and recharge and involve yourself in things that maintain strong connections to family, friends, and community. In other words, please take care of yourself both mentally and physically. As you leave here today as a sworn police officer, know that your life is forever changed. As you wear the badge, the expectations that citizens have of you will be very high, and they should be. You will be looked upon to find solutions to problems, and although everyone you come upon may not display their best behavior, you, as a police officer, must remain professional and courteous. Know that you are the person that will calm situations that can sometimes be chaotic. Our citizens are often calling for help because they have nowhere else to turn, and they are dependent upon you to find a solution to their problem. I have the honor and the privilege of representing the Greensboro Police Department each day, and I'm recognized as the leader of this department. But know and understand that you are also leaders in this community, and the impression that our citizens have of the Greensboro Police Department is formed by the way that each one of us, and specifically each one of you, interacts with the people we serve each day. You will encounter people who may have a negative impression of law enforcement, and our challenge and opportunity is to change the narrative and conduct ourselves in a way that does not validate that negative impression. It is you who will help shape the image of this department and this city, and we must ensure that we treat each person with dignity and respect. I wish each one of you the best as you start your careers, and I again want to congratulate you on this tremendous accomplishment and welcome you and your families to the Greensboro Police Department family. I thank you for your service and your sacrifice thus far, and we certainly wish you luck in the future. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you so much. So at this point, I would like to invite our city manager, Mr. Taiwo Jayoba, who will come up and have a few words.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right. Well, before I make my remarks, I'd just like to acknowledge our Mayor, Nancy Vaughn, here this morning with us. Thank you so much, Mayor, for being here. So I don't know if we have any other council member in the room, but we definitely want to appreciate all of you for your support. Again, thank you, Chief. Congratulations, 111th class. Really appreciate the sacrifices that you've made this far. But I have a few remarks to make because today definitely is a special day, not just for you, but even for your families and friends who are with us this morning. You have endured, you have demonstrated competence, and showed that you're ready to serve and protect. I'm sure when you started this journey 6 months ago, you wondered if you would make it this far. Physically rigorous exercises, mentally challenging training. Some of your colleagues did not make it this far, but you did. Because of that, we really are proud of you. Your family and friends are proud of you. The GPD family is proud of you. But most importantly, you should be proud of yourself and your accomplishments. I started as our city's manager 4 weeks ago, but that journey did not start for me 4 weeks ago. It started about 30 years ago when I started working. In similar vein, I see in front of me today, future chiefs, department directors, perhaps even city managers or elected officials. I know that, even though as your journey starts today, you'll be wondering, what the future looks like. But I want to commit to you, as I've committed to Chief James several times, that we are behind you. We support you, and we look forward to the community leaders that you will become. Our vision of a safe and sustainable city is impossible without you and your commitment to GPD's motto. And that motto is partnering to make Greensboro safe for all people. So this is about partnership. It should be your goal every single day. The community is our partner, and together with them, we will make it safe for all of us. Like Chief James said in his remarks, we live in challenging times. Our city is beautiful, but it's not perfect. We trust our lives into your hands, that you continue to make us safer and better, and that you will demonstrate excellence and integrity in your daily work wherever in this beautiful city you find yourselves. There's an advice I give myself every day I wake up. Give my best, work hard, think creatively, and work collaboratively. And that's the same advice I give to you. Give your best. Leave it all down at the end of the day. You look back and you have no regret. Work hard. Think creatively and work collaboratively. So once again, I congratulate you, GPD 111th class. Be safe out there. Our community can't wait to meet you, and we count on you. I'm praying for you daily, and I believe that you will succeed as you go forward. So once again, thank you, and thank you so much, Chief.
A police officer will face numerous challenges throughout his or her career, and no one can do this job alone. To be successful, it is essential to have a support of family and friends. It is through your support that these 28 recruits have made it through the police academy, and we thank you. Now, please allow me to take a moment to introduce the training staff. These dedicated individuals are committed to the success of our organization through the development and education of its personnel. This staff works tirelessly on numerous projects and programs while providing unwavering support to these recruits as well as our sworn and non-sworn employees. They are truly a team of professionals with whom I'm proud to be associated. Lieutenant Larry Fiskus, Sergeant Tommy Long, Sergeant Jason Lowe, Corporal Steve Simpson, Corporal Dan Hayden, Training Officer Otis Hudson, Training Officer Catherine Branson, Training Officer Chris Wingfield, and the glue that holds it all together, Miss Michelle Hebert. Please join me in giving these individuals a round of applause. I would also like to thank the members of the Greensboro Fire Department who are in attendance today. We share a training facility with them and are grateful for their support and camaraderie. Historically, the Greensboro Police Department presents several very special awards during Academy graduation. Today, we honor the members of the 111th Police Academy who have distinguished themselves. I call upon our Police Academy School Director, Sergeant Tommy Long, and the Training Division staff to present these special awards. Sergeant Long.
Good morning, everyone. This is my favorite part because it takes a minute for them to get set up and I don't have to follow the script for a minute. So on the first day, I get a chance to talk to the entire class. And I promise them, and this is the point that I do it, that when they come in on the first day, I challenge all of them. I tell them about the academic struggles, the mental struggles, the determination, just the ability to be there every day and work. And that's how they're going to end up here on February 22nd, 2022. I tell them all, everywhere somebody struggled, and the thing I always tell them is, prove me wrong. I say, this is what happens, prove me wrong, prove me wrong, prove me wrong, every single time. They've done exactly what we asked through all of your help. That's the reason they're here. Y'all know, the early mornings, the late evenings, they're here through y'all's help and through 100% of their dedication to the program and the desire to make this city a better place. Today, they've met all the requirements, and my challenge changes a little bit because they stand in front of you and I say, this is our class. They've done everything they've needed to do to, again, help the city, keep everybody safe, everything you expect of a police department. And my challenge to them today is prove me right, because that's where we're at now. I'm sending them out, field training starts, and they get to do practical application of everything we've done for the past 6 months. So from me to all of you, congratulations. All right. All right, for the awards, again, still my favorite part. During the course of the academy, the students are given 40 topical area tests, plus or minus a couple, ranging from constitutional law, driver's training, mental health awareness, and every student has to pass each block to be able to move forward. If they fail a block, they can't continue with us, and they're not here today on the stage. The amount of study required is demanding. As y'all know, we had people that stayed after work, came in early. We had people that set the alarms off in the building. They got there so early in the morning sometimes to study. We expect a lot of our students, and we always get 100% from every single one of them. But during the class, we usually have one student who distinguished himself through their academic behavior. For the 111th Academy, the student finished with an overall average of a 96.94 on everything that we did throughout the academy. The training staff is pleased to present the award for the highest academic average to Recruit Foster. Each student is required to do the academic portion of it. There's also a physical portion of the class that is required by the state of North Carolina. Everyone here on stage took the challenge on, passed the test during their first attempt, and we moved on from that aspect of training. Just as with the academic award, there was one student who came in who really set themselves apart, set a standard for other people, pushed the rest of the class, was always there to be counted on when the time came for when people were struggling to be there. For the 111th, one person came in excellent physical shape, continued their hard work, and was a top performer in our physical fitness assessments and our testing. The training staff is pleased to present the award to Outstanding Physical Fitness to Recruit Nick. The next awards I will do will be Firearms Awards. Firearms Awards presented by our firearms instructors to the student who displays excellent marksmanship skills over the course of our training. Over the course of the training, they require from the state around 40 hours of training. We do 80 and then some other stuff that's outside of that. So we pretty much double every requirement that is required in this aspect. During the testing, there is a qualification course, and then there are overall scores throughout the weeks that were in their training. Any student who scores a 98, 99, or 100 on the qualification course receives a pin, either a master pin or an expert pin. In this class, and I'll have each student stand, our master pins were given to Recruit Butler, Recruit N. Tyler, and then for our expert pins, they were given to Recruit A. Tyler, Recruit Foster, Recruit Jones, and Recruit Rowland. Congratulations. You may be seated. So over 2 weeks or so, the students are taken from basic firearms terminology to a state-required combat course. The students come in from having never touched a weapon to being very familiar and trained and oftentimes know as much or similar to what the instructors are then standing in front of the class. During the weeks, we test them under stress. We do different aspects, darkness, lighted situations, whatever the state is requiring, plus more. As part of that, one student, again, separated themselves in the class, and overall, the 2 weeks, the highest average, no failures on any kind of testing materials that we did, anything else that happened throughout the week. The one student that we're pleased today to give the Firearms Award to is Recruit Anthony Tyler. The next award I have is the Scat Award. Scat is the acronym for Subject Control Arrest Techniques, or you may know it as defensive tactics. Each student is given instruction in handcuffing techniques, subject control, and officer safety. The department Scat instructors choose a student who not only demonstrates proficiency in all those aspects, but also has that immeasurable quality of just heart and drive during the class. For the 111th Police Academy, the recipient of the Scat Award is presented to Recruit Jones. The last award I have the honor of giving is the Instructor Award. For me, I've been in training twice now. I'm back here as the school director. I've been here since the 100 or 101st class. This is 10 or 11 classes, whatever that works out to. And I know that as the captain has said, and the people will say, they point to us and go, wow, there's the training staff. And I tell them routinely, whenever we talk about the Instructor Award, it's like, you can't vote for us, but it's not us. It's everyone who helps us. We have just countless resources that we bring into the class, the best of what we have, and put them in front of the class so they're well-trained, ready to go, and ready for field training when the time starts. So during the academy, this class consisted of about 900 hours of instructional time. Some by our on-site staff, some people that we brought in to assist with different aspects of it. Each instructor brings in something different. People have qualities as investigators, they have qualities in tactical knowledge, firearms knowledge, SCAT, any of those aspects. But they all have a passion to make the people on the stage in front of you a better person than they were the day that they started with them teaching. With that aspect, the instructor that we have today, he has a block that is somewhat short in the outline, but it's one that at the end of the blocks of instruction, they all have to fill out an instructor review. And the instructor reviews that I always see, a lot of times I'll read, great instructor, wish they taught some more, those sorts of things. For this instructor, it's a theme. It's what you always get. It's knowledgeable, passionate, great instructor, wish they taught more, just on and on and on all the time, every time I read a review about him. For the 111th, we asked the class for input, and I look at it also from a logistical side, all the things that they bring to the table, the ability for me to count on them to provide the absolute best level of presentation of education that they possibly can. We take all that together, we kind of run it through and talk about it, and it's absolutely my pleasure today to present the Instructor Award for the 111th Police Academy to Lieutenant S.K. Flowers.
In the back of every police officer's mind, there's a certain knowledge that death or serious injury may someday be our fate. As law enforcement officers, we recognize this, but we learn to deal with this possibility and to keep it in perspective. We learn to cope with the possibility of death in a variety of ways, and we do as much as possible to ensure that the odds are in our favor. Unfortunately, we're not always able to control the conditions or circumstances that we encounter. For one family, this ultimate price was paid on June the 27th, 1978. On that day, a brave hero, Greensboro police officer Michael Gray Winslow, lost his life in a vehicle crash while responding to assist another officer who had called for assistance. Although any police death is a tragic event, Michael's death was made even more sobering because of his youth. Just a few months beyond his 21st birthday, Michael is a member of the 50th PBIC, and since Michael had not yet turned 21 at the time of his class graduation, he had to wait until February 16, 1978, to be sworn in as a Greensboro police officer. Although Michael's career was very short and ended tragically, his enthusiasm for police service endured through a truly special award presented in Michael's honor. As a continuing memorial to Michael and his family support, The Michael G. Winslow Memorial Award, which distinguishes overall excellence and professionalism, exhibited by one member of the graduating class. The Michael G. Winslow Memorial Award is the highest honor an Academy graduate can receive. This award is presented on the basis of selection by the class members themselves and serves as a lasting testimony that its recipient was found to possess those personal values, attitudes, and beliefs which are characteristics of a true police professional. It is my honor and privilege to announce the recipient of the 111th Police Academy Michael G. Winslow Award to recruit Nick. Now it is customary at our Academy graduation, a student is selected to represent the class. At this time, I call forward Recruit Rowland to deliver the class address.
The 111th Greensboro Police Academy. Go ahead, clap for yourself. We made it. It's been a long journey. We have come a long way since September 1st. 26 weeks, 830 hours of classroom instruction and practical exercises, 60 hours of PT, 41 exams, 64 hours of driving, and 72,000 rounds of ammunition spent. We've learned a lot. We have learned not to leave our trunks open with our brand new police issued equipment inside. We've learned to show our appreciation to the training staff for conditioning our minds and bodies during our uniform inspections in the morning. We've learned to use our alarm clocks to make it to work on time, and sometimes with 2 minutes to spare. We've learned that a complete police uniform actually requires pants. We've learned to defend ourselves and what it feels like to be tased, gassed, and pepper sprayed. It's not any fun, by the way. We've learned to drive a car in reverse, weaving in and out of cones and around corners at high rates of speed without hitting any cones. At least some of us hit a little less than others. Some of us have never fired or even touched a firearm before, but now we can disarm or disassemble and reassemble a Glock 19. We can draw it from our holster and deliver 3 shots on target in less than 2 seconds. We can deliver a baby in the backseat of a car if we had to. We know how to treat a gunshot victim with a sucking chest wound. If you don't know what that is, ask one of these recruits. We've even learned to beat COVID-19, an accomplishment all the governments of the world can't figure out. But we've also learned that there's things in life that's worse than dying, like cowardice and allowing evil to triumph over good. We've learned there's truly a thin blue line between anarchy and chaos in a society founded on laws that gives its citizens an opportunity for joy, freedom to worship, and to play, to protest, to live, to thrive in peace and without fear. We came here as 38 individuals, and we are leaving as a unit of 28 new, and most of us young, new officers. the 111th Police Academy. We've learned a lot, but we must be eager to continue to learn and grow as our journey is only just beginning. We have joined an elite fraternity and family, a long line of courageous and selfless men and women of the Greensboro Police Department. We now partner with those around our nation who have made the conscious decision to come to the aid of those in need, to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and to confront evil when it refuses to submit to anything else. I have been asked many times by family and friends and even strangers, why do you want to be a police officer, especially in a time like this? Rampant violence, mistrust among citizens, and defund the police. Whatever your answer to that question, you have answered the call. You have risen to the challenge to try to help make things a little better. Tomorrow can be brighter. Thank you, 111th, for answering the call when others could not or would not. I want to take a second to acknowledge those who were behind the scenes. Thank you. We thank God for the husbands and wives, the significant others, moms, dads, aunts and uncles, friends that has made this occasion possible by your sacrifice and support. Also, we want to thank God for the hard work, dedication to excellence, and the patience of the instructors, the departmental staff, and the training staff. Thank you. You have inspired us to work as a unit, to not to take shortcuts, and above all, to be honest. Congratulations, 111th. You have persevered to the end. I'm honored to have trained with you and look forward to serving with you. Always remember, you are servants for good. The badge and uniform are not a means to lord your authority over our neighbors, but our responsibility, and yes, sometimes a burden to bear, though always a privilege entrusted to us by the citizens of this great city. I leave you with the words from Romans 13:1-4. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God. For those in authority are God's servants for good. But those who do wrong should be afraid, for we do not bear the sword in vain. May God keep you and bless you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May his countenance be lifted up upon your face and keep you in peace. Amen.
Sergeant Long, at this time, please prepare the 111th Police Academy for graduation and receipt of their diplomas and badges of their office.
Class, hold your feet. Left, space. Forward, march.
Good morning, everybody. That's low energy, huh? Good morning. At this time, I'd ask anybody that's going to be pinning a badge, if you would please stand up and move to your left and line up in the aisle here. And when you hear the name of the person here to pin the badge on, then you can come up on stage. Everybody ready? All right. Andrew Brazo, being pinned today by his parents Jane and Paul. Right there's good. Walter Corey Burnett, being pinned by his wife, Rochelle. Tanner Butler, being pinned by his mother, Wendy, and brother, Archer. Natalie Bird, being pinned by her husband, Stephen, and her parents, Mark and Mariola. Jada Carroll, being pinned by her father, Anthony. Joshua Chapman, being pinned by his parents, Heiss and Scarlett. Brianna Febreze, being pinned by her father, Ed. Jason Foster, being pinned by his fiancee, Anna. Joseph Gallant, being pinned by his parents, Becky and Dave, and his grandmother, Nancy. Morgan Hill, being pinned by her father, Steve, and her grandfather, Joe. Dakota Huggins, being pinned by his mother, Jolene. Tyler Hughes, being pinned by his girlfriend, Casey. Tolan Jones, being pinned by his parents, Debian and Ronald, and his brother, Greensboro police officer, Keon Reynolds. Andy Nick, being pinned by his wife, Kofia, and children Maddie, Walker, and Stella. Ryan Murray, being pinned by his mother, Lavicia. Neil O'Connor, being pinned by his wife, Sarah. Cheyenne Nikayla Pellick, being pinned by her boyfriend, Thomas. Travis Harold Reese, being pinned by his father, Tony. All right, this one's going to take a little bit. Bear with me. Isaac Rowland, being pinned by his wife, Jamelia. His children, Caleb, Leah, Matthias, Naomi, Priscilla, Quinn, and Renee. Brittany Rouse, being pinned by her parents, Kristen and Rodney. Matt Sandusky, being pinned by his girlfriend, Courtney. Joshua Daniel Sellers, being pinned by his mother, Patricia. Crystal Sereno Valentine, being pinned by her mother, Vivian. Dimitri Smith, being pinned by his father, Leon. Zaneta Thorpe, being pinned by her fiance Kevin and her children, Deshawn, Deja, and Tanisha. Anthony Clifton Tyler, being pinned by his mother, Renee. Noah Tyler, being pinned by his parents, Larry and Sandy. And the 28th member of the 111, Quentin Walker, being pinned by his wife, Keisha.
Sergeant Long, ready to class for their oath of office. I will now ask City Clerk Angie Lord to administer oath of office. A special thank you to Lawndale Baptist Church, who provided the Bibles for the ceremony.
Good morning. Please hold your Bible in your left hand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jason Lee Foster Jr. I, Joseph Alexander Gallant.
I, Morgan Lynette Hill.
I, Dakota Ray Huggins. I, Tyler James Hughes.
I, Travis Harold Reese. I, Anthony Clinton Tyler.
I, Noah Nathaniel Tyler.
I, Quentin Tyrone Walker.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I do further solemnly
I do further solemnly
and sincerely swear
and sincerely swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities
and authorities
which are or may be established
which are or may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
and that I will endeavor to support,
and that I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the Constitution of said state,
the Constitution of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will be alert and vigilant
that I will be alert and vigilant
to enforce the criminal laws of this state,
to enforce the criminal laws of this state,
that I will not be influenced
that I will not be influenced
in any matter
in any matter
on account of personal bias or prejudice,
on account of personal bias or prejudice,
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and impartially execute
and impartially execute
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as a law enforcement officer
as a law enforcement officer
for the city of Greensboro, North Carolina,
for the city of Greensboro, North Carolina,
according to the best of my skill,
according to the best of my skill,
abilities, judgment,
abilities, and judgment,
and according to law.
and according to law.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, officers.
Having taken this oath of office, you must remember this is a service profession. It is your responsibility to protect and serve. Never take action based on emotion. What you do will have lifelong consequences to the citizens you deal with. Never allow a victim to be victimized a second time due to poor police service. Your efforts at work will make a difference no matter how small every single shift. You do your job correctly, and you will matter to someone. Congratulations on becoming a Greensboro police officer. Sergeant Long, you may dismiss the 111th Police Academy.
Class, right, face, forward, march.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the graduation for the 111th Police Academy. We ask that you wait in the lobby while your and our new officers complete some necessary paperwork. They will be you will join them in the lobby once they finished. Thank you all for attending. Have a good day.